I'm sexy and I know it. Hey guys, how the frigs it going? Well, I bet you thought today I was going to say, well, I'm getting up. I'm going to wait for the guy to deliver the computer. Because that's what I thought I was going to do today too. But nope, it's delivered. Those are beer cans. So I'm just having my morning coffee, trying to wake the fuck up. And I'm going to have to do some rerouting of the wiring and stuff because, well, for original setup, I'll be able to use the current monitor configuration just to fire it up, make sure it works before we start fucking swapping video cards in and out. Because I want to put the R9 380 in there, like I said before, and get some more jam out of it. And then once that's said and done, Sony Vegas and Photo Premiere, all that shit should work a hell of a lot better than how it works now. But fuck, man, I feel bleh today. Like my head feels congested, my nose is snotty, my ears are plugged, everything's just fuck. It's because I work in a giant incubation layer for the sick. Every call center, all it takes is one person to come in with the plague monkey flu, and then it just passes around like a zombie infection. Yo, I'm just having my coffee now. I want to wake up and then we'll crack into that computer, get her all hooked up and see how she works. Yay, yay. Alrighty, well, I have my coffee. Now, let's get cracking into this computer. Shall we? Oh, sweet mother of God. Look at all the fucking popcorns in there. Son of a bitch. Came with a keyboard. Belkin. Whoop-de-doo. Alrighty, I opened it up already. There's your power supply. It's a Dell branded. I think it's 875 watts. Just trying to find where it says that somewhere on here. It's probably right in front of my face. I just can't read it. But here's the inner workings of the machine. So we got CD-ROM drive up top. No fucking clue what's there. 2 terabyte hard drive. Here's a fan cooler for your RAM. Keeps your RAM nice and cool. There should be 2 processors in there somewhere. I don't know where the fuck they put them. Ah, they're back. Oh, that's more RAM. They really packed the shit out of this thing. Oops. So, yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick tour inside. I want to fire it up and make sure it works. And then we'll worry about video card, which should be right here. Right here. The Quadro NAS 295 piece of shit. So they gave me one of these, which is a DVI to DisplayPort, and the worst mouse you ever probably did see. Let's get all this popcorn mess out of the way. We'll bring this out of the garage, let this computer warm up a bit because she's freezing to the touch, and then we'll hook it up into the desk and go from there. Alrighty people, we got her in a position. Let's fire it up. Turned it on. Bunch of flickering lights. Should be using this display here if it powers on. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, that was my fault. I had it plugged into the wrong port on the back of the computer. Sweet Jesus, Murphy. Okay, it's not seeing my mouse, it's not seeing my keyboard, so we'll give it a second and I'll come back. Alrighty, well currently it's not working with this monitor because I need another wire. But when I get the other computer set up, or the video card in here, the AMD, it'll resolve that problem. I was kind of hoping to use the NV295 because they're known for their ability to render and basically be a good workstation computing GPU rather than, you know, a video gaming GPU. So let's go ahead and take a look at the specs here. Right now I got nothing installed. I'm gonna have to turn up the sensitivity on this mouse. But if we go into right click my computer, go to properties, what we were looking at is an Intel Xenon R CPU, E5649, 2.53 gigahertz, 2 processors. Oh, they said 36 gigs of RAM, but shit just got better, people. Oh, okay. So Windows is all activated. It's a Windows Home Professional. I think it says it somewhere around here. Yeah, Windows 7 Professional. Not Home Professional, fuck. That's like saying it's a Chevy Ford Caval Focus. But, yeah, and it's fully genuine. It's good to go. It's got to be Pro, otherwise I won't see the dual CPUs, so that's good. What else can I show you? We'll take a gander in the device mangler. So, display adapter is the NVIDIA Quadro NVS295. Keyboard and mouse, network adapters. Probably a Broadcom, yeah. Processors, cores for more horrors. sound video, probably AC97. Oh, Sound Max, okay. And then it's got a RAID controller in there too. Pretty decent, pretty snappy, so that's all right. So what I can do is either, if I can ever find my other DVI cable, I can hook that up. I kind of want to keep this video card in here and test it out for rendering, but at the same time I want dual monitor support. So I could either A, take a trip over to Future Shop or Best Buy or Best Try, whatever the fuck you want to call them, and scoop up another one of those, well, it's got to be a display port to whatever, because all this card has is display ports on it. Doesn't have a VGA output, doesn't have a DVI output. It's got 2 display ports and that's it, and they only sent me 1 adapter, so it's up to me to get the other one. And I do have the adapter, I just need a DVI cable, and I need to find my DVI cable, and I don't think Future Shit sells them. So the options I have, like behind me, these monitors here use DVI. So what I could do is get another display adapter to DVI and a cheap DVI cable, and then I could run DVI off the back panel here, or HDMI, run the HDMI or DisplayPort to HDMI on here, take this cable and run it into the DisplayPort on the back here, into this monitor here, which would resolve the problem. That requires me to leave the house, and I kind of don't want to do that today, but whatever, we'll figure it out and go from there. Now, pretty sure the time's set for California time right now, because that's where this came from. And there'll be a link in the description for the eBay store where I bought this from if you want to check it out yourself. Just warning, Canadians, you will have to pay customs and taxes based on your province. I had to pay HST and the computer brokerage taxes, and yeah, it was not going to be a mentioned cost, but it's up there. So, but all in all, this rig with its 2 processors at 2.5 gigahertz should just fucking pound out rendering, especially with that juicy 64 gigs of RAM. My goodness, lovely jubbly. So I'm going to do myself a solid right now and get this system set up with all the software like Google Chrome, my video editing software, increase the sensitivity on this mouse because my goodness. Oh, never mind, that's better. And mainly get Chrome on here because fuck, I can't work with Internet Explorer. It's by far the best browser for downloading a better browser. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of wasting money on trying to get this second monitor going, my battle plan is to basically, if I could think with my brain, this would be fucking mint, but yeah, that's not going to happen. No, my battle plan is basically to, why don't I use that cable on this monitor, and then, anyway, if it works well with the NVS 295 for video editing, I can take the cable off that one there, and I can use the DVI to VGA connection on the second monitor on the back computer, because all the second monitor back there does is keeps an eye on the chat for Twitch, runs OBS and TeamSpeak. That's it. It doesn't play games or anything. The one that plays games is the one that the HDMI is plugged into. So what I'm thinking is I could take the VGA cable off of the Acer up here, move it back there onto the second monitor, take the DVI cable off the second monitor, move it up here onto this monitor, plug it into the computer, and we'll have dual video support up here. But what I'm doing now is I'm just installing my video editing software, which is going to be the Sony Vegas 14, and we're going to see how well that works. And we're gonna run another trial of Premiere, why not? And see how well that works. So let's pitter patter and have at her and see how well she edits. Fuck, I'm excited. Okay, so it's faster than the CyberPower when it's going directly off of the CPU. The CyberPower, this is a 8-minute and 54-second video. So it's quicker at rendering with just the CPU. It doesn't see the NVIDIA Quadro card. It never will. But with just the CPU editing, it's pretty damn quick. The i7-6700 with just the CPU, it was taking a lot longer than this to render. It was taking about
I'd say a 10-minute video took about, I want to say 15 minutes, and this is almost 1-for-1, just CPU. So if I put a better video card in this thing and get it to actually talk to it, it'll use the video card to assist in editing, and it should increase the power. So, I don't know. Works fine the way it is. I might just leave it alone for now, instead of ripping apart the Dell downstairs and taking the R9 out. But I want to see what Sony Vegas makes of this too. So let's give that a go after we're done this. Also, as per the requests, they say to disable hyperthreading, because with hyperthreading turned on, the cores run at about 30%. And as you can see right now, the cores are running, they're sitting pretty high across all channels. So they're all just giving her. So right now I'm just running 12 cores. Each core is running in single core mode instead of having the hyperthreading. As per Sigal Galguntiak said, he made it, he explained it out, and it made a lot of sense, right? You only have 12 logical cores, and when you have 2 threads going into each core, it's going to cause it to bottleneck at points. Every once in a while you see a dip in performance. I'm not sure what the fuck's happening there, but not a big deal. Not a big deal. Makes kind of like this cool little landscape thing or whatever. But all in all, seems to be working pretty damn good. I'm really impressed with this rig for editing. This is going to speed up production, and the best part about this whole deal is that I can be rendering a video over here. Like if the guys are like, oh, let's play some video games. Okay, I'm just going to render my video. Before, what I had to do was render the video, wait for it to be done before I could launch a game, because my processor was in use rendering the video, and my video card was in use rendering the video. Now, I can hit render over here, go back to the gaming setup, and play video games with the guys, and not even worry about it. So this is awesome. This is going to work out fucking fantastic. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to run that VGA wire into the other rig back here, and then take the DVI cable and plug it in over here, and we'll rock this NVS card. But like I said, I want to see how it handles in Sony Vegas, see if it actually does handle in Sony Vegas. I do like editing in Sony Vegas. It's a great editing program, but Premiere is kicking arse. So Sony Vegas 14 doesn't actually benefit from the multiple cores. As seen down here, it's only using like 50%. So yeah, just not optimized. It's a shame, because I love this editing software, but it don't fucking work as good as Premiere. Premiere just devastates it. So, I don't know. I'm sure once I get around to loading the AMD card in this thing, it'll be a whole different story. But I kind of wanted to leave the Quadro in there, mainly because it's low heat and passiveness makes it run really good. So, anyway, what we're going to do now, I'm going to take a rip out, bring back my empties, and get some beer for tonight, as well as head to the North Bay Computer Services. I want to get another DVI cable, and they have one in stock for 15 bucks. So I'm going to go scoop that up, because I guess I'm using all mine. I forgot I put 2 on the panels back here, and I'm using one up here that I was using over here, and I'm using the other one over here. So I'm going to go pick that up, then we'll hook up the secondary monitor up on the new editing rig. But all in all, this rig is awesome, kicks ass, does a great job, and I love it. So, cool. Anyway, let's hit the road. Alrighty guys, let's pitter patter and have at her, head down to Main Street, pick up this cable, loop back, get some beer, and come home. Let's do this.
Everybody in the house.
Alrighty, we got the cable. Let's go get beer. This is gonna be fun trying to get out of here. I fucked up. I was supposed to go straight, not turn, but whoops. Alright people, got our beer, bought some salsa. Gonna try a method to cook rice the way my buddy does it for his kid, because he watches my videos there and he goes, I don't know why you spend so much money on rice, on those little fucking packs of rice. He's like, dude, the cost for like 3 of those is the cost for a bag of white rice. And there's so many ways you can spice them up so that they taste good. I was like, oh yeah, give me one. He's like, well, what do you like? I'm like, oh, I like Mexican rice. Mexican rice is good. I also like Japanese style, like, oh, that's gotta be safe. you know, like a Japanese style rice, like a Chinese food style. He's like, well, that's easy. That's just soy sauce and some fish sauce, and you're there. He's like, but if you're looking for that Mexican style, he goes, that's all my son likes. Really easy to make. I'm like, oh yeah? Okay, give her. He's like, 1 cup of water in your rice cooker, 1 cup of salsa. He's like, dude, and don't go mild salsa. He's like, you go at least medium or hot if you like it spicy. He goes, like, if you want to add ground beef to it, go ahead. He goes, you don't really need to. He goes, add a little bit of like some spices that you like. And he goes, I know you know what spices you like. He's like, turn it on, walk away. When the friggin' thing beeps, your rice is done. And you're gonna have rice like you used to have at that Mexican restaurant you used to go to. Okay, I'll try it. And he's like, and don't buy fucking Tostitos salsa. He's like, try and find the jug. Well, Food Basics didn't have the jug, so I bought their in-house selection brand for $1.49. I know Walmart has the big jug of salsa. That much I know, but I also bought some corn chips to go with the salsa in case, you know, I want to have a snack. Nothing like a little bit of nachos. And he told me one day he actually didn't have salsa, but he had a can of Heinz tomato juice. So he went half water, half tomato juice, and then added like some spices like chili powders and what's that other one? The red pepper shit. Holy fuck, I can't even think of the name now. Cayenne pepper, that's the shit. Put a little dash of that in there to zing it up, and said it worked okay, but he said the best is with the salsa. So if that's because he likes his rice, he'll eat rice white, a bit of soy sauce, plum sauce onto it. I don't mind white rice with plum sauce. That's pretty delicious. But I'm a big fan of the Mexican rice, the red rice, if you will. So I'm gonna give this a try, and if this works, well, fuck, Uncle Ben's can go frig himself, because I'm gonna be eating this shit for a while. Can't see why it won't work, because it's kind of on the same page as that shit that I made last weekend, the stuffed pepper casserole. And by last weekend I mean like 2 weekends ago, because that definitely wasn't last weekend when I made that. Or was it? I don't know. Time, I can't fucking grapple it. I can't believe it's already the end of October. Jesus Murphy. Fuck, Halloween's today, and tomorrow Walmart's gonna have its Christmas shit out, and not even 55 days later we're gonna be sitting around a tree opening presents. Like 55 fucking days, people. It's ridiculous. It's like 100 plus hours. 130 hours or some shit like that. No, that's not right. No, my math sucks. Fuck my math. Forget it. But like 2016 just fucking breezed by, eh? Which is good, because it's been the year of bullshit. But, you know, some people had a good year. Other people, not so much. I know a lot of my friends who are having a rough time this time of year. So, it is what it is. But things can only get better. And hey, as long as you wake up every day and you can breathe, put food in your belly, clothes on your back, and make something of yourself, I guess it's a good day, right? Anyway, people, I'm almost home. I'm gonna shut her down here. I'll go home, and I'm gonna probably make some dinner, because I didn't realize it was this late. It's fucking 20 after 5. I gotta change the clock on my computer, because I thought it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And turns out it's almost time for the kids to go trick-or-treating. Which means I need to shut off all the lights on the house so people don't come to my fucking door and set off my dog. So, I'll talk to you guys when I get home. Until then, peace the frig out. Alrighty, well, this is the salsa I got. It's just house brand over at son of a bitch. Over at Food Basics, medium. I'm gonna put a cup of that into the old rice cooker, a cup of water, and some rice. Alright, so basically what we're looking at is this now. This is salsa, water, a little bit of spices, some of that pepper shit, cayenne pepper and all that. Mixed it all up, close the lid, press your whole grain, 'cause that's what I'm using, and let it do its thing. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head upstairs with the rest of the items here, which is just some nachos, are some scoops for the rest of the salsa. My Griffin, I rebuilt this thing with a tiger coil, guys. Fucking fantastic. Not a lot of vapor, but fucking tasty vapor. Yay, dual displays, finally. Okay, cool. So, the $14 fix worked. Nice. No changes had to be made to the computer behind me. Even nicer. Right on. Alright, let's take a look at this rice. Holy shit. That looks, smells, and looks fantastic. And I got pork chops in the air fryer. Let's make a plate. Oh, that's gonna be good. I actually wish you were having some, but you're not allowed because you're a puppy and that'd make you shit the bed. I just spent 20 minutes looking for you guys. I had no idea where the fuck I left you. Apparently I left you down here. So, we just got done streaming some Grand Theft Auto to Twitch. It was a good time. A really good time. It was the first time I ever had fun in Grand Theft Auto in a while. But, it's time to call her quits. Time to call her a night, people. Now, I do understand. I didn't really go through the computer much. I do understand. I didn't really sound like I knew what I was talking about. I forgot with this computer, everything's upside down. Everything's upside down. Because the way the computer is built, your processors are on the bottom with the RAM, and your PCI card slots are on the top. Oh well, I frigged up. This is the reason why I didn't know where the friggin' processors were. Well, now we know. But tomorrow, I want to put the video card in it, the R9 380. So we're going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to try and process tonight with the Premiere. I got Sony Vegas on here. Sony Vegas, not as good, but I like editing in Sony Vegas. So if I can get it to work with the actual editor, with the video card, and it works good, right on. The other option I have is I got a 550 back there, a TI 550, that I can chuck in this rig. I don't need to game on it. I just need to be able to edit on it. So, yeah. But anyway, people, I'm going to go ahead and shut her down here and call her quits for today. So hopefully you liked today's video. If you did, click the like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, people, keep on vlogging.